Hello guys, Michaela here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another speed build. Today we are building a mint home for a scientist. So this is a tier 2 tiny home, I believe. It's under 64 tiles if I'm not mistaken. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it was initially meant for the Not So Berry challenge. So if you want to use this for the Not So Berry challenge, you can, because it has all the requirements. It is built for a scientist and in the mint color mint. But after I finished building this, I realized I did not have a lot of fun working on this as much as I do on like normal builds, because I just didn't really like the way I was kind of tied down or restricted by what the challenge requires, and I just didn't really like the overall experience. So I decided not to do the rest of the houses because I just did not really enjoy it as much. But I wanted to use this build without the Not So Very challenge name, I guess. So I decided to put it as like a normal house but for a scientist. But I loved the way it looked, I loved the way it turned out, so I really wanted to give you the speed build no matter what. It's like a really cute tiny home, and I just adore the way it turned out. I built this before we got the small I'm not sure how it's called, the thing that you observe stars with. It's not observatory, is it? It's like the I don't know, but it used to be very big in the game, which is what I used here, while we got the smaller version of this a bit later when I finished this house already, and I didn't want to really go in and change it, so I decided to keep the big one in instead. Before I move any further, it's built on a 20 by 15 in Evergreen Harbor, and it comes in at 58,808 simoleons. You can fit up to 2 Sims here because there is a double bed upstairs, and so there's everything your Sims may need to kind of develop their scientific career and get better and improve their skills at home. So there are technically 2 containers. I was inspired by container builds, and the lower container, the lower floor, is where the main living spaces are. So there is the kitchen, the dining space, the living room, and a small bathroom, while upstairs is where the like bed and office spaces are, and there's also some of these skill building items. So there is the lab item. I'm not really sure how it's called, but it looks like a chemical lab, I guess. So that's what is there. And you also have some other items in the backyard as well, which is pretty spacious. And I included some standard items like barbecue or like planters, which I thought would be really cool for a scientist. Maybe they kind of modified their crops. I'm not sure if that's possible in The Sims, but I thought it was a cool idea. And I also included some electricity generating items like the solar panels, as well as the dew collector. So I thought that maybe the scientists are like really into being sustainable and kind of creating their own water, or collecting their own water, creating their own electricity. So I thought that was a nice touch. And there's also the big observatory, which I talked about earlier. I think if you want to, you could delete that and substitute it with the smaller one that we got recently. And you can save some space for other items that you might want to include for the build, because there will be all of a sudden a lot more space to fit whatever you really want to for your Sims. You can even change the color scheme if you want to, maybe put it like substitute some of these skill building items for a different profession. You can do obviously whatever you want if you want to change it or make it better for your Sims, the one that you want to move in, if you also decide to play, if you of course decide to play with this house. Here we are working on this like exterior lounge area, which is really nice. I think it would be like a really cute hangout space when you have friends over, maybe, so you could sit down, maybe have a chat. I don't know. I don't know if that's even a thing in The Sims, because I don't really play the game very much, which I've said in the previous speed build. Anyway, I used this set from, I believe, the backyard stuff to create the like covered seating area outside, and now we're kind of finishing off this lounge area outside as well, which I think was really, really nice. So today is the 24th of Sunday, 24th of July, which is we are getting very, very close to getting the new high school pack. I'm incredibly excited for it. I think there is like a huge hype in the community for the pack because a lot of people seem to really like what it comes with. So I'm really excited to see the items firsthand. I'm obviously not going to be able to play it for a while because I'm away from home. So I'll try to work on something when I get home, but I'm not sure how much time I'll have since I have to study as well. But I'm excited to at least take a look, or maybe create like a room build for it quickly, so I can at least kind of see what the items look like. Now we moved on to the front of the house where I'm creating like a seating area, which I thought would be like a nice place where the scientists could maybe study, do some of their work, so they wouldn't be like close on the inside all the time, and they can also like kind of meet new people out here because people are going to be passing by. I also placed a chess table up here on this like little balcony, which I thought was like a nice touch. Maybe if they have some friends over, they can play chess, or they can, you know, train by themselves, which I think is possible in the game. Then we are going to move on to the interior, I think. So the floor plan is fairly simple. I didn't think, apart from the bathroom, there is no walls separating the space. Which, you know, it's a very small space and it would be very cramped if I actually put like normal walls separating different rooms. So I really wanted to keep it open plan to, keep it like nice, airy, and kind of the flow of the room. I also used this absolutely gorgeous flooring from the Decor to the Max kit, which had a perfect mint color, which fits in perfectly with the color scheme that I was going for. If you want to, you can change it out if you download the build, because obviously I think that's the only item from this kit that is in the build. So if you don't have the kit, you can still use this house. You just have to kind of choose a different flooring for the kitchen. I first thought that I would use these counters from Decorator, which had again this like a darker mint color, but I thought that it was a bit too much with the flooring, so that's why I think I decided to go for, I'm not sure if gray or white. As I said, I built this a while ago, so I don't really remember which ones I ended up choosing. I'm creating like a little nook here, which is kind of pointless just for decoration, but there is a mirror, and there is the trash can, which is part of this unit. And now we're going to move on to the living room. So I used the modular furniture from Decorator to create a custom TV unit, which I thought looked really nice. And I really like the combo of the light floor from Eco Lifestyle with the like darker swatch that the Dream Home Decorator furniture came with, which kind of gave it a really nice, I don't know, contrast, I'd say. I also wanted to use this couch. I haven't really been using sectional couch from Dream Home Decorator. I haven't really used it in a while, but it's a really nice couch, and it felt again perfect with the color scheme. I don't know, I like this color. It's actually a color that I have in my bedroom as like the accent color. So my bedroom is white, grey, and mint. So this is a very similar color to what you can actually find in my bedroom, which I'm sitting in right now. I'm having a little bit of an issues with my software today, so if the voiceover is a little bit weird and snappy at some points, I'm sorry, but my hub that I use to connect items or like a hard drive, my mic to my laptop is broke, and I'm using my dad's hub, which is not exactly great, not very reliable. So it's kind of turning off because the mic disconnects. So my voiceover is already in like 5 to 6 pieces at the moment. So I'm sorry if sometimes the transitions are a little bit weird, but I just didn't really want to do the whole thing again because it would, you know, probably shut down anyway still. So we are now putting some finishing touches on the dining room, which is very simple, very small. I haven't, as I probably mentioned in my previous builds, I don't playtest my builds because I am lazy. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I just don't like doing it. And it takes a lot of time, which I don't really have with university, so I'm just not playtesting my builds. So I'm sorry if something doesn't work, you'll just have to move some stuff around. But what I wanted to what my point was that I don't know if the table is going to work, if your Sims will be able to eat at the table. Yeah, so we are finishing up the clutter in the kitchen, and now we're going to work on this small, tiny little bathroom, which is functional. It's tiny, wouldn't be very comfortable to kind of move around in it, but that's how it is. I just didn't have space for something bigger. I mean, I probably could have, but for functionality, this little bathroom is just enough, and you don't really need anything huge to be able to play with your Sims in here. So it's yeah, why would I make it bigger when I don't really have as much space in the house to make a big bathroom? I mean, bathrooms are pretty nice and I have a lot of fun furnishing them, but it's not something that I could do here. So we're just putting some finishing touches downstairs, and we're going to move on to the upstairs space, which is where the bedroom is and where the skill building items are, where the office is. So this is sort of like the fun space. I'm sorry if you can hear the dogs barking. I just have my window open because it's quite hot outside and they're barking like crazy. I can hear it through my headphones, but I'm not sure if you can hear it, but I hope you can't. Anyway, so I used the bed from Eco Lifestyle and I paired it with this dresser from Snowy Escape, which I really like, but I don't use it very often because it's pretty huge and it fits in nicely here, but in other builds it's obviously too big or it doesn't really fit the style. We are doing the office here, which I kind of used the tool mod to lower this base game bookcase into the table, so it kind of made into like a custom created office situation, which I thought turned out pretty nice. And now we're just adding some finishing touches, and I'm going to clutter up the desk as well with some clutter that kind of fits onto a table. So I think I added some like books, some pens, I think a plant because I love plants, I put them everywhere, and we're going to be almost finished with the house. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to download this build, you can get it on the gallery. My ID is michaelasimsyt, or you can get the tray files in the description box below on my Ko-fi page. If you enjoyed the speed build, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It would mean a lot to me. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!